weapons. Once ammo changed from flint and powder muzzle-loaded systems to smaller self-contained metallic cartridges, pistols and rifles could get smaller too. The miniature ammunition in the Pinfire actually fires, but this gun shoots flares and blanks rather than bullets.
At that point, you're not talking about a firearm. You're really almost talking about a toy or a model.
Pistols aren't the only weapons with miniature models. Even machine guns have gotten tiny. When SWAT teams need a weapon with devastating firepower, they turn to this mini machine gun. Developed by Belgian manufacturer FN Herstal. The compact P90 is under 20 inches long and weighs less than 6 pounds. Operators love its small ergonomic design and its versatility in close quarters.
During our training scenario, we were really working on shooting in close proximity to one another. A lot of times in close quarter battle, you're very, very close to your teammate, and you have to practice that in a real live fire scenario.
SWAT Commander Ricky Thomas frequently faces life-threatening situations in tight spaces.
P90 is rounded. It has rounded contours. It doesn't get caught on your buckles, and it doesn't get caught on your gear. It keeps you from getting snagged and hung up.
To create the compact P90, engineers at FN Herstal adopted the bullpup design.
What the bullpup does is take this same length of barrel and receiver, and by moving it back in stock, it gives you the same efficiency and the same accuracy in a shorter and lighter package.
In standard weapons, the barrel and receiver are placed in front of the trigger. In the bullpup, the action is moved to the rear of the weapon, behind the trigger. This allows the barrel to sit further back in the stock, reducing the overall length of the weapon. Unlike the compact submachine gun, which uses 9mm pistol ammo, the P90 fires a more accurate 5.7mm round, capable of piercing body armor.
The round that's fired out of the P90 is designed to tumble upon impact.
Projectile enters the soft tissue, travels 1 to 2 inches. At that point, the front of the projectile starts slowing down, the rear is still going faster. As it's turning, you get the permanent wound cavity from here to here, with the nose of the projectile facing the entrance wound, resting 8 inches into the body.
And the P90 fires fast, unloading 50 rounds in less than 4 seconds.
They're extremely controllable rounds. Everything stays on target, on the suspect. You're not spraying and praying the area.
Machine guns are designed to send powerful rounds continuously at high speed. The first versions, developed in the 1860s, were big and powerful, all right, but difficult to move.
It was more of a defensive weapon because it was not mobile. It could not be carried forward.
These massive death machines were placed in key positions to defend territory. But it didn't take long for designers to develop a smaller version.
The Browning automatic rifle. In its original form, this weapon weighed less than 16 pounds, had a 20-round magazine. One soldier could easily carry it forward and have a fully automatic weapon.
The Browning revolutionized warfighting. Instead of hanging back, the machine gun could now go on the offensive.
You actually use it to help you take the enemy's positions. This transition really gives us a second wave of machine gun development.
Today's P90 is the culmination of more than 100 years of machine gun technology, providing maximum firepower in a compact, maneuverable design.
Is advantageous in a close quarter battle situation. You have a 50-round, high-capacity magazine firing a high-velocity round. What that gives you is the ability to put lethal force on target in a very short distance.
Coming up, take a crash course on a tiny bomb.
The shrapnel is going to get you. Going to just rip you to shreds. Boom.
And rifles get smaller and nastier.
Lighter than most weapon systems out there. It's a great weapon overall.
During World War II, Allies smuggled thousands of tiny Liberators into enemy territory. These pistols were meant for civilians who didn't have weapons, equipping them to kill an enemy soldier and take his more powerful gun. Tiny weapons will return on Modern Marvels. We now return to tiny weapons on Modern Marvels. For centuries, the rifle has been the main weapon for warfighters. It may not be tiny, but its range, accuracy, and power have made it crucial to success in battle. But as fighting styles have evolved, from firing in organized ranks to hide, shoot, and move guerrilla warfare, the rifle has gotten smaller too. Today, U.S. forces rely on the compact, maneuverable assault rifle. The current version is the smallest and lightest ever deployed. The M4 assault rifle is nearly 20% smaller than its predecessor.
Today I'm carrying the M4 Carbine. It's a gas-operated, air-cooled, semi-automatic weapon. Shoots a 5.56 millimeter round. Fires from the semi or 3-round burst.
Today at Fort Benning, Georgia, Sergeant Inkenbrandt and his squad are learning to master this 30-inch, 6.5-pound assault rifle.
It enables me to get out of vehicles quicker, more efficiently. You can enter and clear rooms a lot quicker.
For the last 150 years, engineering and technological advancements have helped shrink the rifle. From the long, bulky musket to the M4.
By World War I, they had wonderful bolt-action rifles. Fired rather rapidly and were very accurate, but could not lay down that withering fire that a semi-automatic or a full automatic battle rifle or assault rifle could.
The game-changing predecessor of the M4 was the semi-automatic M1 rifle of World War II. For the first time, troops didn't have to manually reload their rifle after every shot. The M1 gave birth to a new fighting style: fire and maneuver.
Battle rifles with fast, accurate firing allowed half the team to lay down suppressive fire. All the rest of them could move forward in rushes from one covered position to another.
The M1 was the first semi-automatic rifle that a single warfighter could carry on campaign. Once the weapon is fired, the expanding gases from the bullet are diverted into a cylinder, where they meet a piston and an operating rod. The gas pushes the operating rod toward the rear. This action rotates the bolt and ejects the spent cartridge as a fresh round loads into the chamber. With the success of the M1, all troops were assigned semi or fully automatic rifles. In the 1960s, an even smaller and lighter version appeared: the M16.
The M16 is much lighter than anything we've had before. The cartridge has been downsized from 30 caliber to 22 caliber. We're allowing men to go farther, faster with the weapons that they have.
The M16 enabled troops to move faster through the jungles of Vietnam. Today's M4, first used in 1994, is about 10 inches shorter and 1.5 pounds lighter than the M16.
I prefer the M4 because it's smaller and it's lighter than most weapon systems out there. It's a more effective weapon when it comes to clearing rooms in urban environments. It's accurate up to 500 meters. It's a great weapon overall.
As battle conditions change, the assault rifle will continue to evolve. Developments in caseless ammo and the introduction of lightweight metals like titanium and scandium could shrink the assault rifle even more. But when warfighters need something even smaller and more powerful, they can grab this miniature bomb.
All good.
It's just 4 inches in length and weighs less than 1 pound.
Throw.
But today's M67 fragmentation grenade has a kill radius of 5 meters and inflicts serious casualties up to 15 meters away. The grenade gives warfighters a bomb tiny enough to throw.
Grenades have the ability to do things that no other weapon does because they explode in every direction. You can take out an enemy 360 degrees around the device.
And grenades do things that larger bombs can't. Because they're so small, an individual soldier can carry several at once. And while larger bombs must be dropped from planes, the grenade just needs a trained warfighter.
First thing I want you to do is I want you to take the hand grenade off your vest.
Using this handy bomb in battle has its share of risks. So the M67 is designed with 3 safety devices to prevent it from detonating accidentally. The pull ring, or pin, along with a safety clip, hold the spoon in position.
You're going to insert one of two fingers, either your pointer finger or your social finger. Insert one of those two fingers, and then just pop your chest.
The final safety on the grenade is the spoon. Once it's released, a spring-loaded firing pin hits a percussion cap, starting the time delay fuse. Approximately 5 seconds later, the grenade detonates. Hand grenades have existed for centuries, and like most weapons, they've gotten smaller in size. The Chinese created the first version over 1,000 years ago. 8th century Greeks and Romans packed Greek fire, a highly flammable liquid, into stone and ceramic jars. When tossed, the jars would explode, and the liquid would burn anything it touched. Even water couldn't squelch the flames. While extremely effective, grenades didn't go mainstream until the trench battles of World War I.
Fighting from trench to trench, the grenade made sense because it could be thrown from one covered position into another covered position with enough explosive force and fragments to incapacitate or kill an enemy.
Grenade designs continued to improve. The weapons became smaller and more powerful. But there's an inherent danger.
The problem with hand grenades is that they will often throw fragments around their radius farther than a soldier can throw them.
Training today's war fighters with M67 frag grenades is serious business. Instructors cover every possible scenario.
We're going to go over some things that have happened, may happen, or could happen while you're here in the live bay. Pit NCO will sound off with, prepare to throw.